Hey, man, it's the spirit.
But,
Yeah.
Dr. Laurie is giving everybody jobs. He's at the Oakland Healthcare, the Oakland.
West Oakland Job Resource Center.
So they all have a job. We have
Joyce?
counselors,
Joyce
we have mentors, we have a program. Brother Adrian, why don't you tell them about the program that we are providing for the reentry program?
So, as you know, we're going to be, God willing, blessed and open over here.
Yeah, let me ask a clarifying question before you go. Is it a sober living home or a reentry home?
It's reentry, but it's faith-based, meaning you're going to be sober.
Okay.
Yeah.
And live.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly.
Okay.
No,
I'm gonna leave you alone.
no shenanigans. No shenanigans. But overall, like, how do we provide a community of folks to come in and give services and support each other?
Right here.
And so we want to create that space for folks to get back into the community, get back into finding a job, get back into living, get back into being sober, working on their mental health, and getting acclimated back into the system and the community, right? And so I've had uncles who have been in and out of prison for like 20, 30 years. And, you know, I was able to kind of see like, yo, I'm not going to be doing that. You know, I'm not going to be doing this because I'm paying attention and seeing like kind of what's going on and seeing like, I spent one day in jail, and that was for protesting the Rodney King at Berkeley, and that whole experience, just being like, I was like, oh yeah, nah, never. That was just the whole process, and so, you know, just thinking about that whole process, and then thinking about, you know, my uncles going to prison, like 4-year bids, 5, 6, and between a time of 30 years, they did about 20, give or take, 5 and out, 4 in, 3 in, and so if they would have had that support, and they were sharp on it, but you know. They were part of the 60s and 70s where drugs and all that was, you know, a lot was going on, socially as well. So I was able to see that. So circle back, now working with this brother who has also changed his life and been in and out in that life, right? And to meet this brother as well who's from Oakland, to come up with an opportunity to open a place that we can have all the support here and people that are intentional about how you show up.
That's the word.
Right?
Good word.
And so if you show up with intention in a place of love in your heart, then you can move things, right? And so it takes work and it takes consistency. So once a month we're going to be doing this. Whoever shows up, shows up. If I'm not out there by myself, I've been by myself, doing it where I don't rely on folks to come in. I'm going to do me. And I'm going to show up. And this is how I did. I'm showing up. So whoever wants to come along and show up, and he's shown up. And he's shown up. So just in our interactions over the past 2-3 years, is anybody who spends time with the elderly folks, like who are between 70 to 90 or 60 to 80, who are dealing with ailments and issues, and they're like the lost population of people. That I was grown and raised, you take care of your elders. That's what you just do. Period. That's how I was raised and will always be.
That's where we met.
But that's not how people are connected, and that's brother does the work. So anybody who's doing that work and working with our elderly and making sure they find some joy in their life, and their family don't have family to visit them. So we want to create this space in our house.
That's what we did today.
Right.
Right.
And so we're starting off with 6 folks. We're gonna have some rooms for folks to rent rooms and just provide resources, and provide support and show up. And so you will be seeing these brothers here once a month as we continue to do this. And are committed to doing this once a month, to coming out throughout West Oakland, because I used to work over here. So I know this community. I know a lot of things that happen in this community. And so for me, it's just the work. My business is up the way, so if I'm not involved in how I show up and show it to my customers, our community, like, what does community building mean? What does sharing economics mean?
Come on.
And how do we tie those in, right? To really make a movement and make some change. And if we're not consistent, this is all for nothing.
That's right.
So we're working towards making that foundation, and it's first starting with his home and providing people like Sister Carol, right? Brother Dre, who works in the industry, and yourself, and all you other folks who are here. You're part of that. So we may call on you on a Sunday or say, hey, look, we're having dinner. Come through and bring a meal, because we have to feed them as well, right? Today we're going to break bread on Sunday. So you all come over to the house, potluck, and it's normal, right? For them to be back in the community where like, hey, look, I'm not being judged because I did my time. I did my 15, I sat my 20. Now how do I make sure that I have a solid foundation to where I can Hey, brother, you can't be in there high. Hey, brother, you can't. This is how we're setting the scene.
Coming back right.
If you're any alcohol, hey, we got a program for you. You got to go. Because we have to keep a place and space where we're moving.
Yes.
And we're changing lives and their success story, right? And they mentor the other folks who come in. So how do you do that and set a foundation? It's surrounding around their folks, around people who are in this industry, giving jobs, working out with folks who's connected to the community, doing community social work, but policy work, right? Government, downtown, city. We got to hold them accountable.
We do.
Yes.
Hey, that's a big word.
So thank you, y'all, for showing up today.
Yeah.
Definitely, I appreciate it. I went and got some meals, so everybody had a little jerk chicken and some rice and some
Jerk
vegetables.
chicken, rice, and the vegetables. 11:30 last night. Jerk chicken, rice, and
All right.
Oh, you had some? Yeah.
I've got I got a call at 12:30, so I got to like
You gotta go.
wrap up.
Let
my
me just
stuff.
make a quick comment.
Yeah.
Because I don't know where Harvard starts is how it's probably should end. I don't know what meeting platform we need to sit down like this and finish our meeting.
Yeah.
So we can hear from everybody and talk.
Yeah.
Y'all need to set that platform up so we can talk. And then they'll come in.
Yeah.
But this talk here is major.
This is what
Major.
this
We
is-
need to continue
yeah.
this talk. I've talked with you. I've talked with a few of you guys. And we need to just have this conversation
Yes, sir.
to continue.
So let me give you this. So, I think y'all all know my story. I'm third generation resident of this neighborhood. I live right over there. My grandfather came to Oakland in 1942 because he heard there was work for black people, looking for a little bit less Jim Crow and a little bit more education to And he took a house that was down over there, moved it up under this vacant lot, and chopped it up into a triplex, got the house next door when the white folks around there. My family's been here ever since. So this organization, the West Oakland Cultural Action Network, WOCAN, is founded to do exactly what you're talking about. Create a forum for conversation amongst peoples, right? Heart to heart, one to one, right? So we are a collaboration kind of organization. We're not trying to do all this. We're trying to connect. We're trying to connect people together. We're a resource. So we got, I'm a CPA by trade training. I have technical skills. I can do reporting. I can do grant writing. We can assist with sponsorship.
See, that's the
all that
conversation.
shit. I got legal resources. I know people who do
I left
designing.
the round table 3 years ago. Bro.
Yeah, yeah.
He brought me back.
Yeah.
I wasn't coming back. I'm
Yeah, and so
independent.
we're not trying to wait on West Oakland to collaborate.
Come
We're not
on.
trying to wait.
Say it.
We're not trying to wait on the spark.
Come on,
we
man.
are doing this work
Yeah.
right here, right now, because we don't have time to
Churches
wait.
and everything.
We're not trying to wait, right?
I
We're not
dealt
trying
with
to wait.
bishops. I dealt with all
Yeah,
them cats.
yeah.
They don't fool with me because I'll
Yeah.
be like, yeah.
We don't have we look. It's like
you doing?
it's like what you said. We gonna get out there. We gonna do it. And whoever gonna come along. And so I just wanted to leave
Thank
it
you.
there
Thank
because we will continue to create forums for conversation. That's
Yes.
the platform
Yes.
that on which the work is built. And if we build trust amongst our social relationships with each other, and then we can do whatever we're supposed to do.
Fix it. Just fix it.
So the last piece
I want
is,
to fix.
as my space, I have my space. We can just have a space that's out there in the back. We can do a collectives happy hour. Folks come in from 2 to 3 or 4 on a Saturday. We have a bet. Proceeds go to the house, right? For meals.
Sister
right?
Carol, you got everybody information, Sister Carol?
Yeah.
You got everybody information right here?
We'll get it. We'll get everybody's information through. We'll sort everybody out. But there's just ways in
I got
terms of which we
business
can
cards,
build
what?
and have some drinks and some food, and then we know that money's going back to serve, and we have to feed our clients, right? So I want to make sure that I have somebody sponsor the restaurant, so every Saturday and Sunday they're already getting meals.
Yeah.
Right? The money moves.
Yes.
Right. 2 nights a week, they should be fed. Nobody should be paying nothing. Right. And that's what we're pushing towards.
Yeah.
So let's make it happen. We get the spirit. We all put the hands in.
Hey, Coach.
If we don't control the community, the community will control us.
Let's
We
see.
must control the community.
We gotta
Our
say.
community will control us.
Supporting words.
What's the word? I'll let you choose the word. On
Oh
three.
my God.
This community on 3.
Yeah.
Community on 3. 1,
One,
2,
two,
3.
three.
Community.